Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Pretty good day here. We had a big windstorm last night, so it's a little bit messy outside and it's cold again, so that kind of sucks. But it's sunny, so that's good. Hope it's nice where you're at and hope you're feeling good. I'm still battling this stupid cold. It's been about 2 weeks now. Oh, it's so annoying. So hopefully I'll throw this one off pretty soon because I am done with it. Hey Ken, how's it going? So, topic today, I wanted to talk about what you want to do when you grow up. And that can seem like a pretty simple question. And if you ask any child that, they'll probably have a really quick answer for you. Kids usually just know right off the top of their head what they want to be when they grow up. Hey Jen, how's it going? But quite often, once we do grow up, we kind of don't really know what we want to do. And we find ourselves in a job that maybe we don't really like or something that we kind of felt pressured to get into. When I was in high school, I felt so much pressure put on myself by myself, nobody but myself, but I felt so much pressure to decide what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, what school I wanted to go to, what I was going to study, what kind of job I was going to have. And I made a pretty quick decision because I just felt like I needed to do that. And I chose sciences, which is great. I was interested in science, but if I had taken a bit of time to really think about it, I would have gotten into something like kinesiology rather than biotech. And, I wouldn't say that I wasted those years in biotech, but it definitely wasn't the place where I wanted to be. And I thought that it was. And when I got there, boy, was I disappointed. So, it takes a bit of thought as to what you really want to do with your life. And I don't know, maybe you're the type of person where you just want to make a whole bunch of money. That's your big goal in life, is to make a ton of money. It doesn't really matter what you do. So in that case, figure out which industries pay the most. If you have to pay for schooling, find out which ones require the least amount of schooling so you're not starting off in debt, and go that route. And if that's what makes you happy, what makes you feel joyful, then that's awesome. Personally, I can't do something just for the money. If I did, I would have looked into something that would make more than biotechnology when I first left school, and I probably wouldn't have gotten into the health and fitness field because it can be a bit of a slow go when you first get started. So for me personally, I need to be doing something where I enjoy what I'm doing. I feel fulfilled because that's what I'm going to be spending most of my time doing, and it's just really important to me to be doing something that I actually enjoy doing. If you're like that, but you're not sure exactly what it is that will fulfill you, I want to give you some tips on how to figure that out. So we all have some kind of natural talent. There's something that all of us do really, really awesome. And the interesting part is that a lot of us don't know what that talent is because it's just something we do automatically. And to us, it just seems like such a normal thing. We don't realize that it is a talent that is beneficial to other people and it's something that you can make a career out of. So, we're all unique. We've had different experiences. We have different ways of viewing the world. We have different ways of reacting to things. So we all have very unique things to offer. So if you can discover your natural talent and you can turn that into a career, I mean, how fulfilling is that going to be? Something that you just do naturally anyways. You're never going to feel like you're working. Like, I don't feel like I work for a living because what I do is just what I do naturally and what I absolutely love doing. So to get to that place is pretty awesome. It took me longer to get there than I thought it would because, like I said, in high school, I thought I had it all figured out. But, as I got older, I really changed my mind and I really got to know myself better and figured out what my natural talents are. So if you don't know what yours is, I'm going to help you discover what it is. So your natural talent is whatever your strongest characteristic is. So that's something to think about. What's your strongest characteristic? And don't just try to come up with a really quick answer. Oh, I'm good at this. Like, really think about it. What's your strongest characteristic? What's the thing that comes natural to you that is a beneficial thing? So you might not be able to really figure out what that is. It's going to take a bit of thought. And so you should take some time doing that. So figure out what makes you feel energized and strong. So what are the things that you do where you're feeling like just on top of the world, you couldn't be happier. For me, I feel most energized and strong when I'm teaching people how to improve their health and their fitness and, taking them to a place where they feel happy and empowered and just excited. So like teaching classes, that's my true bliss, is being on the bike teaching classes, using music to set the mood and to set the pace of the ride, and just seeing people enjoy that. Like, that is my happiest place to be ever, and that's what I get to do for a living. So that's pretty awesome. So think about, what do you enjoy doing? What makes you feel that energy? And don't try to come up with a quick answer. I would say even take the next 2 or 3 days and keep a journal of what you're doing and how you're feeling while you're doing that. So what are the things that you're doing that are making you feel really good and really energized? It could be a physical thing, it could be a mental thing that you're doing, you could be teaching somebody. So just make note of what makes you feel really great, and do that for about 2 or 3 days, and you'll start to see patterns. And then what thoughts dominate your mind? And of these thoughts, which ones make you feel excited and happy? Hang on to those and really explore those. Which ones make you feel like crap? You got to let those ones go. So figure out, what gets you excited. Maybe, there's a certain subject that when you're reading about it, you're so excited and you're so revved up and you just can hardly contain yourself. Take note of that. That's an important clue. That's something that really tells you what your natural talent is. Hi, Stephen. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Shannon. So discovering that is well worth the time and the effort, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you. And as I said, it can be a little bit hard to discover what it is because it's just something that you do naturally. So quite often what we do naturally, we think to ourselves, oh, there's nothing extraordinary about that. That's just what I do. But other people notice it and they get benefit from it. So ask people. Ask them what it is about you that they think that you excel in. What is it about you that makes them happy, that gets them excited? So find out, what parts of your personality or what you do for them that they think is just really awesome. Because there's, you've got people out there that are thinking that you're doing some awesome things. They might not tell you without you asking first. So you should ask them and get that information. Hey, Leslie, how's it going? So ask them what they think that you excel in, and then, give that some thought. Another thing to look at is where you're investing your time and your money. So what do you find yourself spending money on the most? For me, it's personal development books. I got into personal development really heavily about 1.5 years ago. I've kind of dabbled in it over the years when I was thinking about running my own business, but 1.5 years ago when I decided to start doing the Beachbody coach thing, that's where I really dived into personal development because my coach recommended that I do that. And this was a new thing to me that I wasn't feeling very confident about, and I knew I needed to develop skills. So I started looking more into these personal development books and discovered that I love them. I love listening to them. I love reading them. They just make me feel so energized, so empowered, so ready to do what I want to do. So that's something that I spend money on. The other stuff I spend money on is music for my classes, workout gear, of course, and my supplements, so my shakes and stuff like that. So I know that that's something that I'm really passionate about because that's where I'm willing to invest my money. And what about spending your time? Where do you spend your time? What do you love to spend your time on? So think about those activities you do where you're not even thinking about the time. Like, you're so busy with the activity, you're so involved in it, you're loving it so much that when you check the time for whatever reason, you can't believe that much time went by. What is that thing that you're doing? So whether it's a physical or mental activity, what is it? That is something that you need to really take note of, because when you're so involved in something and just so caught up in it that you're not even aware of time passing and you're not even thinking about anything else, then that is something that you need to be doing. So, really make note of that. That's a really important one. And then again, talking to people, getting their feedback, find out. I actually did that for my business. So I was trying to figure out what was it about Holy Fit that brought people to me, that made clients stay with me for years. Why were people staying with me? What was it that they loved about Holy Fit? And a business coach actually suggested that I do this. So I did that, and I asked people if they don't mind. I got a few minutes. What is it about Holy Fit that you love, and why have you been coming back to see me for so many years? And people were happy to give me the information. And what I learned, some of it was kind of surprising, and I thought, wow, that's great. And those were things that I then started kind of focusing on when I was advertising my business and presenting my business and how I wanted it to look. I really listened to what people loved about it, and those were the things that I really kind of put out there, and that did help my business a lot. So it's going to help you personally a lot if you know what the things are that you do that attract people, that people want to hear more about and learn more about. So those are your God-given talents, and you can make those into a career. So it might seem really far-fetched, but if you really give it some thought, pretty much anything that you enjoy doing, you can make a career out of, especially in this day and age with technology. I mean, you could write your own book if you wanted to. You could become a coach on something that you love if you wanted to. There's no end to what you can do. So there's no reason to ever feel like, you're stuck in something that you can't get out of it. You can get out of it. You can do what you love. I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not. It's hard work, but it's totally worth it when you get to that point. But as I said earlier, if you're the type that you just want to work in order to make as much money as possible, awesome, that's great. Then find the work that you can do that you can do well and make as much money as you can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you're like me and you need something really fulfilling to do with your career, you got to sit down, take some time with yourself, and figure out, what your talents are. And I highly suggest getting into some personal development stuff as well. It really helps you learn a lot about yourself. It really helps to, motivate yourself, light a fire under yourself, get yourself going. Most of the books will share, their struggles, and then you can kind of relate to that, and you can use the information that they're giving you to really kind of propel your life forward. The one I just started listening to is 5-Second Rule, and I love it. It's so awesome. I just started. I'm like on chapter 4. But if you're looking for a book, I got it on Audible, so I could listen to it. It's called the 5-Second Rule. If you want to check that out. And I'm not affiliated with Audible at all. I love listening to books because you can do stuff, right? You can listen to your book. You can listen to it while you're in the car. You can listen to it while you're cleaning your stuff. You can listen to it while you're, getting some work done. So it's great. I love it. So I got to run, get back to the studio. Got another class to go. Hey, Nicole, how's it going? So I hope that gives you some inspiration. If you have questions, you want to talk more about it, please feel free to message me anytime or leave a comment below. And I will talk to you again real soon.